You are an eagle. We are eagles. Eagles rise above. We are fearless, up with the sun, in the sky, and soaring higher. We take wing on the legacy of explorers, adventurers, pioneers, travelers, leaders, and groundbreaking innovators. We dig in, we give it all, and then we give more. We dream it, we plan it, we build it, and we challenge the way it's always been. If you can fly it, craft it, or lead it, we have done it. And our number is growing. Our reach is extending. We are launching from every state in more than 140 countries. We are the industry leaders, the forerunners of excellence, the best, the only, and we are just getting started. We are number one in the classroom, online, in the sky, and beyond. We are competing to brand new heights and bringing business, engineering, medicine, and flight across the globe and into space. Your dedication and resolve made we possible. We are united as Embry-Riddle alumni. We are eagles, and we are taking flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processional. The processional is led today by Dr. Rachel Bigness, Assistant Dean of Student Success and Accreditation and Associate Professor in the College of Business. She is carrying the university ceremonial wreath. Now entering are the candidates for Master and Baccalaureate degrees. Our faculty is following the candidates for degree. Now entering is the platform party. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of colors presented by the Oak Harbor Navy Junior ROTC and the singing of the national anthem by Mr. Arnold James, Director of Career Services for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Worldwide.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you to the Oak Harbor Navy Junior ROTC and Mr. Arnold James. Please be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pablo Alvarez, and I'm the Dean of Students for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University's Worldwide Campus. On behalf of the Platform Party and the faculty, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to the 2022 commencement ceremony. At this time, I would like to introduce to you our stage guests for this evening. To the Platform Party, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Please hold applause until everyone has been recognized. Starting in the back on your left, Dr. Rachel Vignes, Assistant Dean of Student Success and Accreditation and Associate Professor from the College of Business and/or Macebear. Reverend Jeremy Taylor, Lead Pastor at Journey Church in Federal Way, Washington. Dr. Alexander Siechla, Dean, College of the Arts and Sciences. Dr. Ken Witcher, Dean, College of Aviation. Dr. Manish Sharma, Dean, College of Business. Mr. Chris Sembrowski, Inspiration for Astronaut, Avionics Engineer for Blue Origin, and our commencement speaker. And Dr. John Wattret, Chancellor for Embry-Riddle Worldwide Campus. Thank you. Please join me in recognizing the following distinguished guests with us here today. Ms. Erin Duncan Sembrowski, our commencement speaker's wife, and his two daughters, Neela and Cora. Thank you. At this time, I would like to ask you to please stand as Reverend Taylor comes forward to offer the invocation. Reverend Taylor?
Evening, please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you that this day of celebration is here. We thank you for the faculty, family, and friends who have been an integral part of this educational journey. God, will blessing for those who are graduating to have used their minds, skills, gifts in a successful way, and to have those successes commended here today. May you grant them the joy of their dreams and the ambitions coming to fruition. I commit our time to you today in Jesus' name. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Reverend Taylor. We truly are thankful to be together for this day of celebration. Graduation is the most anticipated event of the year, not just for the feeling of excitement that comes with completing your degree, but to recognize that each of you is here today because of your commitment and determination to push yourselves towards greatness. I have a story I would like to tell you, and it's an important story because it's your story. It's my story. It's our story. It's the story that has brought us here today to the Museum of Flight in Seattle, Washington. And the story begins in 1926. Don't worry, it's not a long story. But back then, two men also committed and determined to push themselves for greatness just like you, were there. Talton Higley Embry, an entrepreneur, and John Paul Riddle, a barnstormer, launched together the Embry-Riddle company that taught flight, specialized in airmail delivery, and coordinated aircraft sales. After a series of mergers and acquisitions, the Embry-Riddle company can be traced to what is now known as American Airlines. I've always thought it was interesting how we have the eagle. After the mergers, Embry retired, but Riddle wasn't done. His passion for aviation was still unwavering, so he found a new opportunity and a new partner, John McKay. Together, they established the Embry-Riddle School of Aviation in 1939 in Miami, Florida. As a school of aviation, it thrived and grew, but as so often happens throughout our history, war interrupted. When Pearl Harbor was attacked, Riddle and McKay knew exactly what they needed to do. Together, and without hesitation, they put their full support behind aiding the Allied war efforts by training cadets to be pilots and by providing mechanics and technicians. They also established a presence in Sao Paulo, Brazil, in support of these related efforts. Eventually, Embry-Riddle became one of the first institutions approved to educate veterans under the GI Bill. It wasn't until Jack Hunt was named president, now 1963, that our name changed, and then we became the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical Institute. It was that year, or 2 years later actually, 1965, where we moved from that location in Miami all the way to Daytona Beach and what is known as Operations Bootstrap, because the entire move took place in just one weekend, thanks to the help of civic leaders and citizens of the Daytona Beach community. We moved to Daytona Beach and we have been there ever since. Now it's 1970, 2 years after we earned our SACS accreditation, and we grew again. Our name changed to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. We have not stopped growing. We have 2 residential campuses, one in Daytona Beach, Florida, the other out in Prescott, Arizona, and of course the worldwide campus with over 100 locations across the United States of America, Europe, Asia, and online. This university, this story, is your university, and it is your story, and it is our story. A story of promoting excellence in aviation, aerospace, and space. Just like your alma mater, you have also grown from where you started. And just like your alma mater, you have not done this journey alone. We would like to recognize some of the people that have been with you along the way. Some of the faculty who have guided, mentored, and taught you from your very first class all the way to your capstone are here today to celebrate you. Distinguished faculty, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated. The dedicated staff who helped and advised you, mapping out your journey to be here today, are also here celebrating you. Staff, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Please be seated. And finally, our most honored guests here tonight, your families and friends who have supported your journey on this path are here celebrating you today. Graduates, I'm going to ask you to please stand and acknowledge your families for their support. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, it is my honor to welcome Dr. John Waltrip, Chancellor for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Worldwide Campus, to the podium to officially open the commencement ceremony.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, it is my pleasure to declare the 2022 commencement ceremony of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University now open. Welcome and congratulations. This is a tremendous achievement in your lives. You should take great pride in your accomplishment. Your friends and family members who have supported you along the way should feel proud of you. I'm honored to help celebrate this shining victory, your graduation from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, the world's premier aviation aerospace institution. As a graduate of Embry-Riddle, you are now joining an elite community of more than 150,000 alumni. Wherever life takes you from here, you can move forward towards a bright future with confidence, knowing that you can accomplish things you never imagined possible. When life throws the challenges in your path, which it will, please remember that you must gain knowledge that Embry-Riddle that goes well beyond technical skills. In addition to what you have learned about airport operations, airworthiness, business administration, or analytics, you have gained foundational strengths as a person and as a leader. You understand the importance of patience and persistence. You know your own worth and the value of teamwork. Trust in your ability to succeed, and please call on each other when you need support. Remember that you will always be an Embry-Riddle Eagle. Now it's my honor to introduce a very special guest, and I'm honored to share just a few of his incredible accomplishments. Chris Embry-Riddle grew up with a natural curiosity for space, stargazing late at night on the roof of his high school and launching high-powered model rockets in college cemented his passion. While attending Embry-Riddle in Daytona Beach, Chris volunteered with ProSpace, a grassroots lobbying effort that successfully promoted legislation in Washington, D.C. to help increase access to space and allow companies like Blue Origin and SpaceX to exist today. As a U.S. Space Camp Counselor at Kennedy Space Center, he conducted simulated space shuttle missions and supported STEM-based education designed to inspire young minds. Chris then served in the U.S. Air Force as an electromechanical technician, maintaining a fleet of Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missiles, and volunteered for deployment in Iraq before leaving active duty in 2007 to move out here to the Pacific Northwest. He continued his military service at Joint Base Lewis McCord and the Air Transportation Squadron until 2010. In his civilian career, Chris has sought innovation, industry-disrupting methods to monitor and maintain mechanical equipment, making all types of buildings, from data centers to hospitals, more efficient. In March of 2021, Chris received a most unexpected phone call with an offer to serve as mission specialist aboard Inspiration 4, the world's first all-civilian mission to space. In just 6 months, he climbed Mount Rainier, felt 6 Gs in the centrifuge, flew aerobatics in high-performance military jet, and trained in SpaceX Dragon spacecraft simulator in Hawthorne, California. This crew of 4 strangers, including Jared Isaacman, Dr. Simon Proctor, and Haley Arsenault, launched into space on September 15, 2021, from historic pad 39A at Kennedy Space Center. Aboard the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, they completed 47 orbits at an altitude higher than any other crewed space mission since the Hubble service missions over 2 decades ago. They successfully splashed down 3 days later in the Atlantic Ocean over the east coast of Florida. Additionally, this space flight served as a fundraiser and awareness campaign for St. Jude's Children's Hospital that raised over $250 million in support of the mission to eliminate childhood cancer around the world. Chris now resides in Gig Harbor, Washington, with his wife and 2 daughters and 12-year-old Beagle. He works as an avionics test engineer at Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket to further increase humanity's access to space to make life here on Earth better for all of us. Chris is also an Embry-Riddle graduate, and also he also had to endure taking his math classes from me. So please welcome highly distinguished commencement speaker, Mr. Chris Dombrowski.
Well, thank you, Dr. Ortrat, and it's an honor and privilege to speak with you this evening. I feel very humbled and honored to be here tonight, being given this opportunity to address this new class of Embry-Riddle alumni. And by graduating tonight, I just want you to know that you are joining an incredible group of people who go on every day to go out and change the world in incredible ways. Eagles have shown their passion every single day. You've shown your passion in your coursework and your completion of your degree here tonight. That's what we're celebrating. And Eagles go out and are entrepreneurs, they're innovators, leaders, engineers, maintainers, aviators, astronauts, mothers and fathers, or sisters and brothers, and so much more. But how did we get here? How did you get here? How have all of this been supported to complete all that was required of you for you to be here tonight? What has driven you to take on those challenges? And how will you recognize the next challenge that's worth taking on? Obviously, I guess in my case, it was just watching the commercials during the Super Bowl about a year ago, but that's an exception. But tonight, I would like to talk to you about some simple ways of saying yes and talking about that incredible power that it has. With each step along our path to graduation, there were critical decision points that each of us had and where we could have said no at any point and at any time. But you said yes, and there's a thrill in saying yes at those critical times. I have 5 examples I just wanted to share with you tonight before we get to the good stuff, get your diploma, get out of here and have some fun. But I do want to share with you what important power that's of just saying yes has. Because with each new adventure and crazy opportunity, there is that need to have a little bit of courage to just simply say yes. But let me get into a little bit about why that is and how that's so much important, and how that is important, how that is to me and my family as well. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with my background, and thank you, Dr. Ortrat, for sharing my bio. It's always humbling to hear some of those things, so thank you again. But I had the great fortune last year to be able to orbit the Earth with an incredible crew on a mission called Inspiration 4. Throughout that mission, we were able to raise over $250 million in support of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, bringing much needed resources and awareness to their mission of eliminating childhood cancer around the world. Did I understand everything that was going to be made possible when I got that life-changing phone call in March of 2021? Did I or my family, did we understand what the next 6 months and beyond are going to entail? And no, simply no, not a chance. From the call, I think all I remembered was something about going to space. There were no NASA astronauts. First of all, civilian space mission, Kennedy Space Center, something about SpaceX, St. Jude, something about a documentary, some blah, blah, blah. It was kind of a blur. But what I do know is that Jared Isaacman had just told me that I was about to go to space and he would be dropping by in his plane in about 3 days' time in Everett at Payne Field to pick me up for some medical tests at UCLA in California. Sitting there in shock during a Zoom call to the point where they thought the Wi-Fi had dropped. All I could do was just say, thank you, repeatedly. So here was a decision point. Number 1, this was a point of opportunity. An opportunity without being able to fully understand the details of what it may take to reach the goal. But I said yes. I said yes because there was no other answer. Taking on a greater challenge, living an impossible dream, being a part of history, becoming an astronaut, I had to say yes. Similarly, when we all decided to apply to Embry-Riddle, we hoped they would say yes to us. And when the acceptance letter arrived, we all chose to say yes in return. Given the chance of earning our chosen degrees, we were driven forward to accept that opportunity to begin the journey toward that end goal. It would take a long time commitment to get there, and we didn't know what may happen along the way or what the demands of every course would be, but you and I said yes. Number two, this is going to go by fast. Don't worry, hopefully I keep you awake long enough. But number two, turns out saying yes to trying to be an astronaut means being comfortable when things get uncomfortable. So as it turns out, training to go to space is very analogous to mountaineering. It's a must to bring the gear that's specific to the task at hand. However, you don't need to take as much with you as you think you need. And it's going to be uncomfortable. And Ed Viesters, who's a world-renowned climber and expert mountain guide, made a comment recently that you don't need to have fun to have fun. Well, I did learn also that the views from the top are so much worth that struggle in the climb. And if any of you can look through the fog and the haze to the windows that direction, you can see Mount Rainier. That's a big mountain. That's a big volcano. In late March, just after this call with Jared and his team, he tells us that we're going to be climbing this volcano in just a little over a month. Now keep in mind, most climbers train for 6 months to do this. It was challenging, sometimes painful, and we could not always see where we were going in a thick, freezing fog. I mean, half 3/4 of the way up, my legs were on fire. There was ice clinging to our hair, to our clothes, to our hats, and some of us were visibly shaking from working so hard. And I remember just breathing and just forcing myself to overbreathe to get my legs to work. But each of us said yes. We took on that challenge and we embraced the suck and we made it all the way up to Camp Muir after a long, long day climbing through the snow and ice. But was it worth it? Oh man, you get to the very top of Mount Rainier and you look out at night when the clouds finally parted and you can look up in the sky and see millions of stars that you were not able to see from the ground below. And you're able to see the next morning all the other mountains and volcanoes from St. Helens, Mount Hood, Mount Adams. And then you think about what it was to get us all the way to space and think about the journey that we took there. And was it worth it to see those views from space? And I argue, absolutely. It was all worth the struggle. And for you, I hope you see that it was worth the struggle, that it was worth those late nights studying and writing those papers after putting the kids to bed, or working on coursework on the weekends, and instead of going skiing in the winter or going to the concert with friends, grabbing an extra cup of coffee or two to get through the workday, knowing you've got another few hours of class that evening to get through. I hope you see the view of your future is worth the struggle it was to get to the top where you are right now. In my own experience off the top of that mountain, it really did prepare each of us for that environment of space. It was hard, and it was amazing. It sucked. But I was so glad I said yes. Additionally, I was also thankful for ibuprofen, but that's a different story. Thirdly, let's take the opportunities to humbly share your knowledge and your experience with others. There's already proof that you belong. Say yes to show it. Say yes to show it to others and to yourself. During our training in Hawthorne, California at SpaceX's facility, we went through a 30-hour-long simulation. Now on the outside, that feels like a very long time to be in the same capsule, the same 15 by 15 foot area with gravity. You can't float any higher off the ground like you did in space, but you're going to be stuck on the ground for 30 hours, elbow to elbow with 3 other people who were strangers just a few months before. But you can do it. We could do it. And it wasn't so that we could just endure 30 hours. It was because we had already climbed Mount Rainier. We had already gone through centrifuge training. We had gone through emergency procedures, and now it was up to us to prove to ourselves and to Mission Control and the ones that are going to be watching over us that they have done their job and that we show them, yes, we now belong here because of the job that you helped us do along the way. Just like that, understanding of what it takes to understand that you belong, acknowledge that this event tonight shows that you have put in the work, you have put in the time to be an Embry-Riddle alumni and graduate. Don't let anyone take that away from you, and be willing to share that excitement with others. I noticed the first time I walked to the campus of Daytona Beach, and I became a freshman at Embry-Riddle, walking around and everybody's eyes were walking up, just looking up to the sky for hours on end. And you shared that with each of us who were just mesmerized by these incredible machines that were sitting underneath tonight. Don't let anyone say that you do not belong here, because you've shown time and time again that you have said yes to those opportunities to put in that time and effort. Fourthly, this is going back quick, I hope, right? So, fourthly, acknowledge those who have helped you along the way, that have helped you to say yes. My family supported and said yes. I can't tell you how much it meant to me, how incredible it was for my wife and my daughters to get excited with me and support me as we were going through each step along the way, through training and the long hours and the time away from home to get ready to go to space. It is not an easy thing to do, to spend time away from your young daughters and your wife for weeks on end. But the goal at the end was what we were all striving for. And they were willing to stand by me and support me, especially my wife, to run the household and to say yes every time I needed something else to make that mission possible. And not just my family, but my friends that I had from a long time ago that I worked with at Space Camp. They all rallied around me, they all rallied around my family, and they all said, yes, we're going to support you in this mission. So, as you graduate tonight and get your diploma, remember those that have helped you to say yes along the way. Those that have rallied around you, whether it was a teacher in high school, a college professor, your parents, maybe your own children, your friends, because very rarely are really great things achieved in a vacuum. It takes the foundation of support from many sources to make your greatest successes possible. And always, show gratitude. Thank you, Aaron. And finally, at the fifth point I wanted to share with you tonight about how to say yes, is say yes to the celebration. When you get to the point of getting your diploma and taking it with you and sharing it with others, be excited. When we finally drove up into Teslas up to the top of pad 39A in our suits that had our own individual names stitched on the sleeve, we were just kind of overwhelmed with the excitement of the moment. We were smiling, we were laughing. I think I had a few tears coming down my face during different moments of the flight. But strapping into that Dragon spacecraft and sitting on top of the Falcon 9 rocket was a moment of celebration. Granted, I know my family was nervous and there was probably some moments of celebration that would come maybe a couple hours later once we made it safely to orbit. But for us, who had gone through all the training and gone through all the safety procedures and understand how this rocket is going to work, we were finally there. We had made it, and it was okay to celebrate in that moment and share our excitement with the world. So don't be afraid to say yes to that celebration. So what I wanted to leave with you then is that as we celebrate today's recognition of your achievements, remember to say yes to opportunity, no matter where it comes from. Say yes to when the mountain looms large in front of you. Say yes, even when it feels like you may not belong, knowing full well you have earned that right to be exactly where you are. And say yes to those that lend their love and support, because you will need their help and support from here on out for the rest of your life. And always remember to say yes, to celebrate life's victories along the way. So, what will you say yes to next? I encourage you to find something that you can say yes to tonight, to today even. Small moments of courage translate into big changes. Be willing to see the opportunities around you and take the chance to take on a new challenge. Dare to dream big and find that courage to say yes. And thank you.
Thank you for that inspirational message. And on behalf of Embry-Riddle, I'd like to present you with the Distinguished Speaker Award.
Embry-Riddle's longtime support of the military is a point of pride. In fact, U.S. News and World Report has named Embry-Riddle #1 for the best online bachelor's programs for veterans for 7 straight years. Many of the graduates here today are veterans in active duty. You will know who they are as they cross the stage because they will be wearing a blue stole. Will they and all members of the military and veterans who are here with us today please stand and be recognized? Thank you for your service. Please be seated. At this time, the faculty of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Worldwide are pleased to present the candidates for graduate degrees. As we announce our graduate students, you will see that they have a hood draped on their arms. This hood reflects their status as graduate candidates. And as they cross the stage, they will be hooded by their college dean. You will also notice that while all hoods reflect the Embry-Riddle School colors of royal blue and gold, the colors of the satin binding on the hoods are different. Each color distinguishes one college degree from another. From the College of Aviation, silver hoods denote graduates earning the following degrees: Master of Science in Aeronautics, Master of Science in Aviation and Aerospace Sustainability, Master of Science in Operational Safety Management, Master of Science in Unmanned Systems. Orange hoods denote graduates earning engineering degrees. Master of Systems Engineering. And from the College of Business, drab hoods denote graduates earning the following degrees: Master of Business Administration and Aviation, Master of Science in Engineering Management, Master of Science in Information Security and Assurance, Master of Science in Management Information Systems, and Master of Science in Project Management. Several graduates will be wearing gold medallions. These master's degree candidates are to be graduated with distinction, as they have achieved a grade point average of 4.0 for the entirety of their program. As a group, will these students please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Ken Witcher, Dean for the College of Aviation, to come to the podium.
Will the candidates for master's degrees from the College of Aviation please rise? Dr. Bartrett, it is my honor to present the candidates for the College of Aviation master's degrees as recommended by the faculty.
This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Aeronautics. Daniel Galong Bartolome. Carl Ralph Carlson. Samuel Bryce Clark. Heather Elizabeth Dara, with distinction. Robert Dennis Farrell, Jr. David Aaron Fattel, with distinction. Jose Agustin Fuentes. Ian Michael Kerr, with distinction. Zimhers Lau, with distinction. Wei Che Lee. Man Ho Tao, with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Aviation and Airworthiness Sustainability. Sean Kent. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Occupational Safety Management. Victor Ramon Martinez, with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Unmanned Systems. Edward Prince Smith. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Systems Engineering, Jennifer Lee Grigsby, with distinction. Terry Mahaso. Dale Ozuna, with distinction. This concludes the presentation of master's degrees from the College of Aviation.
At this time, I invite Dr. Manish Sharma, Dean for the College of Business, to come to the podium.
Will the candidates for the master's degree from the College of Business please rise? Dr. Wattrette, it is my honor to present the candidates for the College of Business master's degrees as recommended by the faculty.
This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration in Aviation, Ian Michael Clark. Travis David Babak. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Information Security and Assurance, Brian Everett Davis, with distinction. Brad Landon Weekly, with distinction. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Management Information Systems, Anthony Serge Brambilla. This begins the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Project Management, Justin D. Andrade, with distinction.
There you go. I got it. My kissing.
That concludes the presentation of master's degrees from the College of Business. This also concludes the presentation of master's degrees.
Congratulations. Regarding the undergraduate degree candidates here today, you will notice that many of them are wearing honor cords. The significance of these honor cords is directly connected to their academic performance. Those graduates who are wearing white cords have achieved a grade point average between 3.5 and 3.69 and graduate cum laude with honors. As a group, will these students please stand and be recognized? Those graduates who are wearing red cords have achieved a grade point average between 3.7 and 3.89 and graduate today magna cum laude with with great honors. As a group, will these students please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. Those graduates who are wearing gold cords have achieved a grade point average between 3.90 and 4.0 and graduate summa cum laude with highest honors. As a group, will these students please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. Dr. Siegschlag, will you please come to the podium to present the undergraduate candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences?
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? Dr. Bertrett, it is my honor to present the candidates for the College of Arts and Sciences bachelor's degrees as recommended by faculty.
This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Communication, Priscilla Montes. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Homeland Security, Jolene Elizabeth Aviles, cum laude. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Huck Zen Finn, summa cum laude, Alpha Sigma Lambda. Tegao Malaluan, summa cum laude. Jordan Monique Todd. This concludes the undergraduate degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences.
Dr. Witcher, will you please come to the podium to present the undergraduate candidates from the College of Aviation?
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees from the College of Aviation please rise? Dr. Bartrett, it is my honor to present the candidates for bachelor's degrees from the College of Aviation as recommended by the faculty.
This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aeronautics. Todd Eric Barber, Jr., magna cum laude. Mark Anthony Leakis Claudio, summa cum laude, alpha sigma lambda. Jake Ross Emmons. Jace Edward Bishop Ezell, magna cum laude. Leaky Samuel Fan, summa cum laude, alpha sigma lambda. Cameron Fuller, cum laude. Sean Christopher Haskell. Leonardo Jonathan. Dustin Robert Kruger, summa cum laude. Channing Scott Mandel, summa cum laude. Rolando Sebastian Merchan Rodriguez, summa cum laude. Matthew S. Nichols. Joseph Curtis Owens, magna cum laude, alpha sigma lambda. Alexandra Marie Yanko Reyes, cum laude. Brian John Rhodes, magna cum laude. Bren Jean Shively. Rebecca Visser, magna cum laude, alpha sigma lambda. Robert Roy Wagner III, summa cum laude. Casey Westenhofer, magna cum laude, alpha sigma lambda. Xiying Zhao. Noelle S. Galanta. Lance John Demeter Jr., summa cum laude. Tyler J. Schill, cum laude. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology. Jennifer Radke, magna cum laude. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Safety Management. Brandon Thomas Case. This concludes the undergraduate degrees from the College of Aviation.
Dr. Sharma, will you please come to the podium to present the undergraduate candidates from the College of Business?
The candidates for bachelor's degrees from the College of Business, please rise. Dr. Rattrett, it is my honor to present the candidates for the College of Business bachelor's degrees as represented by the faculty.
This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. Linda Cristina Gonzalez. Erin Meritita. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Project Management. Chloe Pearl Huffer, magna cum laude, Alpha Sigma Lambda. This begins the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Technical Management. Madison Ann Arnold, summa cum laude, Alpha Sigma Lambda. Jordan R. Ely, summa cum laude, Alpha Sigma Lambda. Mitchell V. Loyola Jr., magna cum laude. This concludes the undergraduate degrees from the College of Business. This also concludes the presentation of undergraduate degrees.
We have now arrived at the moment which we all have been waiting for. Dr. Wattrip, will you please join me at the podium? Will all graduating candidates from the colleges please rise and remain standing? Dr. Wattrip, these candidates have completed all the requirements of their degrees. With the recommendation of the faculty of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, I am pleased to present them to you for the conferring of degrees.
This is a moment. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you, as appropriate, the Bachelor of Science degree and the Master of Science degree with all rights, privileges, honours and responsibilities appertaining thereto. You may now move your castle to the left side of your mortarboard, symbolising the new status as a graduate of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of our alma mater. The words are on the last page of your program.
Eagles gather near, we lift our voices loud and clear, soaring high, O alma mater, threads of blue and gold. United we soar in vast open skies. Embry-Riddle we hail thee, great memories will hold. So here's to you, O VRAU, alma mater true. We pledge in love and harmony our loyalty to embracing our dreams with pride far and wide. Embry-Riddle, we hail thee, great memories will hold. So here's to you, old VRAU, alma mater true. We pledge in love and harmony our loyalty to you.
We are delighted that all of you could be here today to share in this special occasion. I'm going to ask that you please remain standing as Reverend Taylor offers the closing benediction.
Would you join me in prayer? Lord God, we ask for your almighty hand to be upon all those who graduate today. Bless their lives from this day on with goodness and love. I ask for their flourishing, and with that, the flourishing of their families, friends, and society that they will shape. Give them wisdom in pursuit of their dreams. May they use their gifts wisely and walk into the future with faith, hope, and great love. Amen.
Family and friends, please be seated. We ask that you remain seated until the platform party, faculty, and all graduates have exited. Thank you.